Okay, now we're going to do the upper octave major scales in the sharp keys. And the one thing you want to make sure you know the name of the key that you're playing and how many sharps are in the key. We're starting with the neutral key of C with no sharps or flats. And remember, these are two different patterns. So you're going to start one pattern with the first finger, and then the other fourth string pattern starts with the second finger. So you're kind of going directly across, but with two different fingers. So it feels like you're kind of zigzagging there. So again, starting with the sharp keys, and I'm going to go through the sharp keys and then go through the flat keys. And key of C, no sharps. Key of G, one sharp. Key of D, two sharps. Key of A, three sharps. E with four sharps. B with five sharps. F sharp at the 11th fret with six sharps. And the key of C sharp with all seven sharps. Okay, so that's C sharp at the 11th fret of the fourth string. Now when we start the flat keys, we go down a half step to the 10th fret, and this is again C major with no sharps or flats. And we're going to do the flat keys now. Goes directly across the street. Start with the first finger though. It's on F and it's one flat. B flat with the second finger, and it's two flats. Key of B flat. Key of E flat with three flats. A flat with four flats. D flat with five flats. G flat with six flats. And C flat, the last one, with seven flats. Okay? Now, for a kind of a stretch workout, you might want to start with the flat keys and then do the sharp keys, because if you do the flat keys, you're going from the close frets to the wider frets, and then the sharp keys, you're going from the wider frets up to the tighter frets, the closer frets. And that would be a good stretch exercise. But I started with the sharp keys because generally guitar is a sharp key instrument, where most guitarists think better in sharp keys than in flat keys. Flats are kind of the opposite of sharps, or you could say sharps are the opposite of flats if you're a flat key person. You know, certain instruments like a saxophone in B flat would be a flat key instrument, and a lot of pianists like flat keys better than sharp keys, especially for jazz and blues, those kind of things. So these are just one octave patterns, but they're a little trickier than the ones we did in the second book. And then later on in this third book, we'll combine the 2 octaves and do 2 octave patterns. But I just wanted to teach them separately at first, just to get to know the patterns. And like I say, that 4th string pattern is a little tricky because you have to kind of contract your fingers, and then when you come back down, contract the other way. It's kind of, but your fingers will eventually get a feel for that, and you won't have to even think about it. Maybe a little bit. So enjoy this and subscribe and like my Facebook page, John Hedger Guitar Studio, and I'll see you in the next one. The next one's going to be a lot of fun.